the reason why I chose this subject, because I want people to think, and a lot of my information I'm sharing is based on my personal experiences and my observation as a woman. Coming from a place of where I have not been influenced in any way. I lived a very independent life. I had within my own means to make all the choices. I wasn't pushed and prodded to go this way or that way. So I always thought I was actually quite fortunate that there is no, my mum and dad don't push me, my grandparents don't push me to go this way or that way. Compared to the rest of my peers, they were always very controlled and I wasn't. And I always had that at the back of my mind, like how fortunate I am, the fact that I have all this independence and I am not criticized and scrutinized for my behavior or the way I speak and so on. So I always thought, I sort of always offered a prayer of gratitude for God, thank you for giving me this personality and allowing me to be me and voice my opinions without being critical. And as I went through my adulthood, or I'm going through my adulthood now as well, there's a number of things that really, rooted me to think hard about why you always thought about women that you had more independence than than most women you know. And this is not cultural orientated. No matter where you are, I live a westernized life, and I feel like even in the West, a woman isn't truly free like they think they are, but they're not. In fact, I do believe that certain cultures like India, women are probably more stronger than the Western culture, and everybody seems to think otherwise. But let me share my opinions on wealth accumulation in relation to women. When do women actually, start thinking about the importance of wealth? And Vani Gupta shared a very, very, it just connected. Everything she was saying was like, yes, she's my friend, because it just made perfect sense. And it was very relevant to my topic, Vani. And it's like, when do we actually think about we need money? When do we start thinking about that? Do we start thinking about that when we are going through our schools and colleges, when actually we have loads of crushes and we fancy either our teachers or the best looking boy, So do we think about money then? Of course we're not. We're too busy looking pretty, and we're too busy looking the brand, as Michelle was talking about. Everybody talks about different way of, the buying experiences. So we don't really thinking about, yes, I need to be wealthy. And you might have come across, the movies that we watch. Oh, she's a gold digger. That I really want to get to the grips of, what do you actually mean by a gold digger? And this prompted us because this year we have our publishing company. We started in January with great directors. And my personal passion was to get women who haven't written before to publish their article with our help. Every month, we want to at least create 10 women who can say, I am now a published writer because I've written articles. And that is something very personal to me. So in that article by Jane, we collaborated on this article, and we mentioned exactly that. And by then, I was asked by Deva Priya if I like to speak, and it was so brilliant. It's amazing how the universe works, really, because I was writing that article, and I thought, I'm writing that 8 minutes. So this is what 8 minutes is about, and I really want all of us and our listeners to think about, the 4 significant stages of development or changes that a woman goes through. Yes, men share one of that stage, but it's particularly significant for women because we go through puberty, childbearing, menopause, retirement. All of these 4 stages are very significant and directly connected to financial dependency. See, everybody, I love the statement, I'm just a mom. It's like, I would not want to, I don't share that. I'm not a mother, and that's by choice. But to be a mom is a very complex and hard and tough role. So when you say, I am just a mom, I really want people to think, well, how can you say you're just a mom? It's a huge step. Take that. I don't think we actually think about it. The reason why we don't think about it is the following reason. It's so bred in that women, you go to school, you do this and do that, and then basically when you get with a fella, you have a child, and after you have a child, you then think about the child. Your life stops. How can you say, as a woman, I'm just a mom? You are sacrificing most of your life, your prime life, for a child. So we need to this subject is very important to me, that women start to appreciate how important motherhood is and how expensive motherhood is. So when do we start talking about this very expensive investment? When do we start thinking about it? We should be thinking about it from day go, because when we hit puberty, can all women afford sanitary towels? No, we can't. And because of my stepmother, I had to use my own lunch money to purchase my sanitary towels. So we are bombarded with this, the need for cash. Hence, we get labeled, she's a gold digger. No, actually, if I was to have a relationship and a child, do women actually know that for about 4 years, we are financially dependent on somebody else? And that doesn't mean that person is a partner. That means it could be your family member. It could be because you could be a single mother. So if you are a single mother, and this is one of the reasons why I don't want people to start promoting single motherhood, because you need a strong infrastructure to raise a child. And what about the trauma that a woman feels? We're talking about if a normal woman, an average working class woman, goes and has the first child, her life is disrupted for 4 years. How many people think about those figures? Who is going to look after emotionally and financially for 4 years? If I am to be branded a gold digger, then it is justifiable that for 4 years, I need that cash, because for 4 years, the new mother may not be able to work. For 4 years, who is going to afford the upkeep? So when women casually brand, I am a proud single mother, that's not true, because in order to be a mother, you need a full-time care. And what about the trauma that a woman endures? We don't take into consideration. Yes, in coming from aviation background, we celebrate women in aviation, and they're doing so well, and we promote and we share on social media. But what about the average working class woman who may be single, who may have accidentally pregnancy and have no financial structure? Where do they go? What happens to them? And this is something I feel strongly about, that rather than sex education at our schools, we need to add wealth accumulation in the system. Wealth preservation for women should be must. It must become a priority, a significant thing. So this is, I could go on, but my time is up for 8 minutes. So I am sorry to have gone for a little over my time. I do want people to think, just to close my talk on accumulation of wealth, please, let's help women out there as well as each other to educate the importance of wealth accumulation, because most of a woman's life, she is dependent financially on others, but it's almost, the woman is always a giver, she always sacrifices. But when women need to think about recovering from their traumas, recovering through menopause, what about dealing with puberty? So we're juggling so much, but there is no reward. And please don't tell me because I have family, I have love, I am rewarded, because we need to start to look at things realistically. And I want to offer my gratitude for allowing me to share this chat with you all. Thank you.